Good.
I think first off, that's a hard-fought win, and I think in this league, we certainly don't expect anything to come easy. That game, tilts on a couple plays here and there. I thought, generally speaking, you feel like you're in control, but credit to Idaho State for continuing to fight and make plays in their own right. So happy to come out of the game with the win. I think happy about how we performed. In the fourth quarter in particular, and we obviously made some plays for that stretch. And I think we wore them down, offense versus their defense. But we knew it was going to take a little bit of time to get to that point. And unfortunately, we just, through that stretch, didn't stay on the field well enough offensively. I thought defensively we played really pretty well. You look at that 4th and 10 offsides that we had right before the half. Those type of plays, flip a game kind of on its side a little bit, and gave them life, and obviously they took advantage of it. So, it wasn't this constant ascension there in that game, but ultimately, I'm pleased with how we finished.
How much were some of those handoffs and a lot of the running early on? How much is that intentional to set up some of those passes that got open, including Rohan's at the end?
Well, you got to be able to run the ball again. I think our down the field passing has to continue to improve. We took a few shots in that game, and I don't know that we really connected on any of them. I know that was a long pass, but it's a short pass through the air. So we got to continue to work on our ability to attack downfield. I think we knew that there would be 4 or 5 yards there a lot, because they're committing all those guys to the box, but the bigger gains were going to be challenging, and we just got off track enough. So ultimately, it does all work together. Their commitment to the box is what allowed Rohan to be so open on that particular play, and there was other opportunities to be able to exploit that aggression, and we didn't connect. So it was great that we connected on that one, but there was more out there for us.
And how did you feel like the team handled the dome environment and the noise and things like that?
I think the noise piece was just fine. I know the play clock in the first half, I think that stretch where that was out gave us some challenges. I know we didn't end up getting delayed through that stretch, but that was probably the biggest challenge. No, I thought we handled the environment all right. I mean, we had a great crowd here, so whether we balanced it out or not, but we definitely had a lot of folks here that made the trip down. So, pleased handling an environment that none of our guys had played in before, and against a team that I think is making their way. I do really believe that, and credit to how hard they played today.
You knew they were going to throw a lot today, probably coming in. I guess, how do you feel like your defensive backs kind of handled on the back end there?
I think for the most part, really good. I do know that Tracy is a guy that's going to get the ball in his hands, and I think we put pressure on him, but ultimately our inability to sack him was kind of how he's been. Even that last touchdown, we're right there, and it's third and a mile there, 3rd and 16. And they got good, big guys on the other end of those, a lot of those passes, and I thought we really competed there. They were going to get some, maybe when we were in zone, but as far as, what we did in man coverage, I thought it was pretty dang solid, and I think what we're seeing is we got a secondary that's pretty dang competitive. And again, we're not going to get them all, but we got more than they did today, I would say.
And I guess speaking of that, just how big was that Ryland interception right after the fumble?
Yeah, that fumble really could have turned the tide, and to get that play just a few later, and then we answered offensively. That's a play that goes in our direction. It turns the game on it, right on the spot. And any football game's going to have those. So for us to be able to go out there defensively and answer a big play for them with a big play of our own, and then be able to follow it up with a scoring drive, that little sequence might have been as critical as any in the game.
Scottre, 3 touchdowns for him today. It's just his performance in the rushing attack in the second half.
Yeah, I think we continue to see growth out of Scotty. I think a couple runs in that second half, maybe some of the best he's had in his career. His ability today to put his foot in the ground. I think he made more guys miss today than any other game. And there was some tough yards between the tackles, but his ability off the tackle and being hard for that first guy to bring him down. I think you saw that over and over again throughout the second half in particular. So. That was impressive to watch him. I know Adam had some tough yards in there too, and I think we got again a good stable of backs, and they continue to produce.
Special teams seemed like there wasn't. I can't think of a mistake. How did you feel about the special teams?
Well, what special teams is become is punt and punt return, and maybe a punt block here and there. So. We didn't do very well on that first punt, but Brendan got it off. We gave a little pressure, but then after that, he pinned them down in close twice. And then you look at tackle flip in the field on that first. I think that was our first punt return. Very, very big play in the game. And again, his ability to field the ball, not let it get past him, is significant. And I know those yards are really piling up game after game. And
Miles having the longest field goal attempt of his career and nailing it out. How did you feel about
it? I think what he's continuing to do is answer the bell. I know, we went to this point. Kicked one that deep. Felt good about him to 50 today, and that opportunity presented itself there, and that was big to get those points. I know, momentum early in a game can swing so quickly, and it's a defensive win if you miss that field goal, and it becomes an offensive win if we make. We still want to get 7, but to walk away with points that drive is critical. So I hope his confidence continues to grow. I know the team is certainly confident in him.
Can you talk about John Johnson's return today, but also him having to sit out the first half next week?
Yeah, it was great to get John back. And I don't know if that was really poor technique, and I don't know if that poor technique was a product of him playing with the club or not. But he's got to wrap up. He's got to go with his eyes up. We've been targeting in back-to-back weeks, and as much as anything, both of them are the flip of really trying to protect the defender. So that's not how we teach to tackle, but I'm sure John playing with the club kind of affected his attempt at the very least.
What's going on with Brody Greenby? Looked like, playing linebacker or something?
We just gave him a different look. It was still a 4 defensive linemen in there, standing him up a little bit, trying to give their protection a little bit different look. And I think it was effective to get pressure. I know we jumped twice out of that set. So, I think each and every week defensively, I think we got to come up with creative ways to free up a guy like Brody, try to limit a team's ability to be able to identify where Brody is. It's easy when his hand's down and he's playing defensive end. They can turn the protection that way. They can chip him with a tight end. They can chip him with the back. But you stand him up and put him in the middle, and you don't know where he's coming from. It changes the game a little bit.
I guess just how does this compare to the Sky Dome and the Kiwi Dome?
They're all I'd say intimate settings in their own right. I think any one of them, because of that, can get noisier because of the small, quaint environment. I think this is different with the ends the way they are, but I thought again we handled everything all right, and excited to get a win down here. It's been a while.
All right, thanks, guys.
Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Town Pump. Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Fire away.
Okay, Danny, I guess just first of all, what do you think of the defensive performance today against this offense?
I thought we did good. We did a good job understanding their concepts and being in the right place at the right time. Obviously, there's stuff to fix, but we'll go in tomorrow, fix it up, see what we did right and what we did wrong.
Yeah, I feel like you guys knew they were going to pass a lot today. I guess how'd you guys kind of attack that?
Coach just drawing it up. We came into the week knowing they're about 70% pass, so coming in with a game plan, knowing they're pass heavy, coach dialed it up. So,
What did you think of this dome and the environment here?
I've never played in the dome, so it was different for sure. It was a little stuffy. We need to like open an event or something, but it was cool.
You weren't at the Kiwi Dome or the Sky Dome 2 years ago?
No, I got hurt.
Oh,
so,
that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so.
And the noise was manageable?
Oh, yeah. I feel like we were loud, so we always travel well, so shout out Bobcat Nation. It sounded good in here.
The team has a go 1-0 mentality every day. You're now 1-0 in Big Sky play. What does that say to the rest of the conference?
We're just trying to make a statement, trying to, be the best we can be, and being 1-0 every week, like you said. So just trying to get better every week, I'd say.
They were able to cut it to a one-score game a couple times. I guess, what does that say about this group that you guys were able to kind of pull away after that?
I just feel like, especially the defense, we're resilient. Like, back against the wall, someone's going to come up and make a play. So I love all the boys on the offense. They did a great job. Shout out Rohan. But, we just found a way.
How did you feel, coming back from the targeting that you had to miss second half last week, so being able to play a whole game this time?
Yeah, I just feel like every year they try to throw me out for a targeting, so hopefully we're done with that. I got my one for the year, and we come back from it, and I felt good.
And then 3 road wins now in the season. How do you guys feel like you've evolved as a road team?
I just feel like no matter where the place, we could be in the Walmart parking lot. We're going to go out there and, give it our best shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good place to end on.
Yeah.
There's always a party in Montana, whether you're going to a wedding, a football game, a concert. Montana Party Bus can get you there safe and will take you anywhere in Montana. You can relax with friends in style, luxury, and safety. Western Montana based for local and regional travel within Montana borders. Montana Party Bus is great for both large and small groups with a capacity of up to 30 guests. If you want to elevate your event, call them anytime, 406-200-8096. You can also visit mtpartybus.com. Travel anywhere in Montana in style with the Montana Party Bus.
Good to go?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
Just you on that Scottre's run where he ran over the guy in the end zone, you had a good block on the edge. So what was your vantage point like to have that block and see him go in and then run over a guy for the touchdown?
It's just exciting to block for guys like Scottre and Adam Jones, all of Juice Squad, because you know you're blocking for them and you know they'll make a guy miss and make a play. So it just makes it so much more fun to block for guys that make big plays like that.
Take us through that touchdown, that catch and run 70 yards.
Yeah, we knew their safeties came down hard, so we just tried to fake the block and just run it. That's just a good play. That's not really on me. That's just I was open. I was the one to catch the ball.
What adjustments did you guys make in the second half, kind of offensively?
We didn't really make adjustments. Just keep playing hard, keep playing our brand about Bobcat football, what we do every week, and just running the ball and doing what we do.
What did you think of this environment?
It was cool to play in the dome, but I feel like our fans were louder than theirs, so I felt like we were at home still.
They cut it to, within 10, one score a couple times. I guess, what does it say about this team that you guys were able to kind of pull away after that?
Yeah, no matter who we're playing or where we're playing, I feel like we'll just do what we got to do. So even if they feel like they have the energy or whatever, they have the momentum, we'll just play our brand of football and come back in the game no matter what.
All good? Thank you, Rohan.
Our family on our mom's side has a deep Montana history, especially stemming from Butte and Helena. And we are so proud. One of the things we are most proud of is to call ourselves Montanans. At Up Top Clothing, they have Montana-made and Montana-branded clothing for both men and women. Their Montana Till I Die collection is one of my favorite collections anywhere in the clothing world. And you can shop online and get the Montana Till I Die collection and all the other great gear that Up Top Clothing makes delivered right to your doorstep. Visit teamuptop.com, and if you use the promo code SKYLINE15, you're going to get a discount on all your online ordering. Teamuptop.com, Up Top Clothing, reminding you to take a step back and enjoy the moment.
Okay, this is press conference post, Idaho State versus Montana State. Let's just open the floor.
Okay. Cody, first off, could you tell us a little bit about what you told the team in the locker room afterwards, if you could?
Yeah, I told them that we've just gone through a really physical stretch of football, and I'm really proud of our football team. I'm not happy with how we played, but I'm proud to be a Bengal, and I love these kids. And I told them, hey, tonight we got to reflect, but tomorrow I want nothing but enthusiasm and energy and fantastic attitude because, we're going into the meat of the Big Sky schedule here, and we understand that we, had to go to the belly of the beast for the very first game. It was awesome to play in the Dome, but, playing the number 3 team in the country to open Big Sky play is tough, especially after the physical stretch that we've just gone through. But as we start working our way into the season, we can't let momentum of one game carry into the next one. I want guys to reflect and understand that when we execute, there are opportunities for us to beat anybody. And when we have communication errors or detail errors, they can show up really big, especially when you're playing those elite teams, and they did tonight. But we're capable. I mean, this team is really capable, and I think we're close together. We just have to continue to, lock in on the details and continue to get the guys in the right spots because, we do have depth, but those guys need reps too. And they've shown up, and I appreciate all of the effort. But, as we start going into the middle of Big Sky play here, we got to make sure that we continue to ratchet things up, and I want us to attack this thing tomorrow. When we show up tomorrow to watch the film, I want guys to, let's recognize the mistake. Let's not become part of the adversity that we just faced. Let's use it to grow. And I think our guys are close enough and smart enough that we're going to attack the next week and we're going to be okay.
Marry me in your future, or maybe you do it all over again. Hi, I'm Brian Toon with Jewelry Design Center, inviting you to come see the largest selection of Will You Marry Me in the state of Montana. The brightest diamonds of every shape and size, unique settings built to last, and skilled jewelers on site offering free sizing and maintenance for life, because that's how long we want to be your jeweler. Jewelry Design Center in Missoula, on Brooks, across from the Montana Club.
But, just guys get excited, guys get in the moment, and we blew coverage. I thought Runda had a good call on. We just got to make sure we execute.
What do you think about your defense's ability to stop the big play before that? I mean, that's a team that busts a lot of big plays, and you held them for 3 quarters before they hit the play action.
Like you said, the dam kind of broke there at the end because they will wear on you, and they're well coached. They have good scheme. They have enough ways to attack you that when they can finally diagnose how they're getting stopped, they're going to attack you where it hurts. And unfortunately, that play, the play that broke it open, that's something that we totally control. And we have to coach better. We got to hone in on the details a little bit better. It's everybody in the program knows that we can make those plays. And I think there's a certain amount of belief and confidence that has to come in that these guys that we're going to execute in the big moments. Right there, we needed a stop and we didn't get one. But there are also a lot of times where our offense wasn't executing in the first half and the defense bowed up. But when you don't play the best teams in the country, you have to play 4 quarters of good football. You can't just you can't have the offense do what it did for the first 1.5 quarters, and you can't have that 4th quarter that we had on the other side of the ball.
Cody, with the struggle that the offense was having in the first half, what would you say were probably the bigger factors in that? The lack of yardage.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job on defense, just kind of going coverage roulette and moving things around, and then just communication errors up front and from receivers. We got to do a good job. I know, so we got to address the signaling issue just because with rotating Sticks and Cody in, just having consistent signalers, that's something that I have to figure out. Because there were a couple times where we had miscommunications there, which is 100% my fault. And then just on-field communication stuff, making sure when you're supposed to do something, you practice it, and we got to do it. And then I know I talked to our quarterbacks, and we have to find opportunities to practice this, but the worst throw in football is an overthrown deep ball, and we had a couple shots where we had them dialed up, and we just didn't hit. From the one on the very first drive to one of the double moves a little bit later, we just didn't get to it. So it's putting our guys in situations where they can have that game-like pressure, that game-like intensity in practice, so we can hit those plays.
Cody, it's hard to believe, but you're almost halfway through your schedule.
Wow.
I know. Where do you think your team is right now?
I think, I probably thought we'd be playing a little bit cleaner. I thought we'd be a lot healthier. I mean, looking at no TB, no Tuioti, no Cortland, no pitcher against Montana State, I thought our defense played awesome. If you're going to tell me you're going to take your top 2 leading tacklers and your leading sack guy and your field cover corner against these guys, it could have been a disaster. But those guys don't make excuses. When we talk about, we do have depth, which is awesome. And we believed in the depth. But now, when those guys have to carry the whole show, then they just have to get accustomed to performing for 85 plays, rather than a guy who's going to go spell Calvin Pitcher for 15 plays or spell TB or spell Taylor. You got to do that all the time. And I think there's a learning curve with that. Guys grow up and they mature. But I'm proud of where we're at. I'm excited about where we're at. We just have to continue to push and continue to learn. If we can attack every day and have a smile on our face, and I want to be the closest knit team in America. I want to be the hardest working team in America, and we've done a lot of those things. Now we have to shore up. We got to force more turnovers. We've got to turn it over less. We got to make sure that our performance anxiety curve doesn't get the best of us. We can't let who we're playing dictate our level of confidence, and we're going to be all right. I'm excited to go down the stretch here and play good football because I like our team and I appreciate their flexibility through all the roster changes that have happened the last couple of weeks. But hopefully we'll get some continuity going and we'll build some momentum as we go through the Big Sky schedule.
Cody, let's just wrap it up with this. Cal Poly had a big win against Northern Colorado today. You have to go into San Luis Obispo, to their home and play them. How do we turn the corner on this game, and really, what do we need to get focusing on?
Yeah, and that was part of my message in the locker room that I told them is, guys, we start competing against Cal Poly right now, and we can't let their emotional high of winning be to our detriment. I mean, we can't pout tomorrow and lose a day of preparation. We have to have 7 great days of preparation to go play Cal Poly. It's really, really hard to win on the road in the Big Sky. Credit to Montana State, they just came in and did it in our place. But it's hard to go on the road and win in the Big Sky. But our guys are confident, and we've got to go play well, and that's going to take 7 days of prep. Don't hang their head. Hey, they can be upset tonight. That's fine. But when they show up tomorrow, I want guys loving on each other, working really hard. Let's figure out what problems are, and let's expend all of our energy into fixing it, not into picking up our moods.